Today we're going to be starting a new unit on coordinate plane. So our objectives for today are to explore the parts of the coordinate plane and how to identify specific points. And hopefully by the end of class, you'll be able to name the parts of the coordinate plane and use it to plot and label points. So today we'll focus on doing notes about the coordinate plane. Then you guys will do some stations, and then if there's any time, there'll be some extension activities for you guys. All right, so to the right is a image of the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane is formed by the intersection of two number lines. So please go ahead and write that down on your paper. So two number lines. The x-axis is the horizontal. Okay, so this right here is the x-axis. So x-axis is the horizontal. And I like to remember horizontal as like when the sun rises, it's on the horizon. So kind of think of the horizon and horizontal. So that is the x-axis. So the y-axis is the vertical. So the y-axis is the vertical number line on the coordinate plane. Now, the origin, I know we talked about origin earlier in the school year when we were talking about the integer number line. Okay, so the origin is the middle. Okay, the origin is where the x and y axis meet. So this right here is the origin. So where the x axis and y axis meet. All right, and then lastly is the quadrant. Okay, so a coordinate plane is divided into 4 sections, and we call them quadrants. And they are labeled using Roman numerals. So this is quadrant 1, the upper right. Okay, upper left is quadrant 2. The bottom left is quadrant 3. And the bottom right is quadrant 4. Pause this video if you need some time to catch up. All right, now we're going to start with identifying some points on the coordinate plane. So notice you have an image of the coordinate plane. And now we're actually going to start taking a look at some of those points that you guys see. So every point on the coordinate plane has an address, just like we do at our house. And it is called an, you already heard me say it, ordered pair. All right, and then the first number in the ordered pair is the x coordinate. It gives the location on the x-axis. The second number is called the y coordinate. It gives the location on the y axis. And we always write the ordered pair with parentheses. Sorry, that is supposed to be an R, but it kind of looks like a V. Pause this video and catch up if you need to. All right, now we're actually going to start writing some ordered pairs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to label our quadrants. So remember, this is quadrant 1. Upper left is quadrant 2. Bottom right is quadrant 3. I'm sorry, bottom left is quadrant 3. And bottom right is quadrant 4. So on the lines, what we're going to do is, we are going to look what's in quadrant 1 and list any ordered pairs that we see. So here is point A. So I'm going to write A over here. And remember, when we're doing ordered pairs, we always put them in parentheses. We always start at the origin. And since A is in quadrant 1, we're going to go over to 6. And we're going to go up to 7. So our ordered pair is going to be 6, 7. All right, let's do point D. So D, so we're going to start at the origin, go over to 7, up to 3. And that is the ordered pair D. Okay, we have another one, letter F. We start at the origin, go over to 3, up to 1. And I'm putting check marks next to them to know that we've already done them. And then S. So writing the letter S, parentheses, we're going to go from the origin over to 2 and up to 6. So the ordered pair would be 2, 6. All right. Do you see any other ordered pairs in quadrant 1? The G and the Q, they're on the y-axis. And K and E, they're on the x-axis. So we're going to save those for later. All right. Now that we understand how to do the coordinate pairs, why don't we try one from each quadrant, okay? And then you can pause the video and complete the rest on your own. So we're going to go to quadrant 2. And I see in quadrant 2, we have the letter H. So I'm going to put H here. And I start at the origin. I go over to -5. Notice I'm always going over first, okay? I always like to remember when you're a baby, you have to learn how to crawl first before walking. So we're always going to go over before going up or down. So -5, and then we're going to go up to 7. So our ordered pair would be -5, 7 for H. Okay. Quadrant 3, let's try C. So I'm going to write the letter C, do my parenthesis. Okay, always start at the origin. I'm going to go over to -7. And this time I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. So I'm going -7, -3. All right. And then in quadrant 4, let's do letter R. So we're going to write letter R over here, starting at the origin, go over to 2, down to -5. So 2, -5. All right. Anybody make an observation about quadrant 1? What do you guys notice about both of the coordinates? Hopefully you said that they both were positive. How about quadrant 2? The x is negative and the y is positive, yes. Quadrant 3, how about the x? The x is negative and the y is negative. How about quadrant 4? The x is positive and the y is negative. Do me a favor. Pause this video and finish the remaining ones that are in the quadrants. All right. Hopefully you were able to write the ordered pairs for the remaining points. Now we're going to look at the x-axis. Remember, the x-axis is the horizontal. So let's look at letter K. So letter K I'm going to put over here. I'm going to put a parenthesis. We know we always go over first before going up. So I'm going to go over to 2. And then how far do I go up? 0. So my ordered pair is going to be 2, 0. All right. Looking also, I have letter V. So let's do letter V. Okay. So going over to letter V, which is -7, and I go up how many? 0. So my ordered pair is going to be -7, 0. All right. That's the x-axis. The y-axis, which is that vertical, see here we have letter L. So put letter L down here. Okay, starting at the origin, we go over how many? 0. And we go down -5. So our ordered pair is going to be 0, -5. All right, and let's try one more. Let's try letter G. Okay, letter G up here is we're at the origin. We go over 0 and we go up 7. So our ordered pair would be 0, 7. Pause this video and do the ordered pairs for the remaining. All right, the last thing that we're going to do, so you had points on the coordinate graph and you wrote the ordered pairs. Now you're going to be given the ordered pairs and you're going to have to graph them. Okay, so letter A, remember we always start at the origin. We're going to go over first, right? So over is -2. So we're going to go over to the negatives. So -2, -1. I'm not going to go up 1 because that's a positive 1. I'm going to go down 1 because that's a negative. I'm going to put my dot and I'm going to put the letter A. Okay. Letter B, -1, 2. So I'm going to go at my origin over -1. And it's a positive 2, so that's telling me I'm going to go up. I'm going to put my dot, and this is going to be letter B. All right, letter C, so we're at the origin, over 1, down -4, because it's a negative, so we got to go down, and this is going to be point C. Okay, at the origin, we're going to do point D, 6, 4. So we're going to go over 6, up 4, put your dot. And this is going to be for letter D. All right, we'll do 2 more together and then you can try the remaining. Letter E, so we're going to go back to the origin. We're going to go -3, so that's to the left, 3, -3. And then 4, so that's a positive 4, so we're going to go up. Put a dot. This is going to be letter E. All right, and then letter F, we're at the origin. We go over to 7, since it's positive, and now we have a -1. Are we going to go up or are we going to go down? Hopefully you said down. So we're going to go down to -1, put a dot, and put that F. All right, do me a favor. Pause this video and go ahead and plot the remaining points. Ask either the teacher or sub if you have any questions. And then after you are finished with plotting these, you guys are going to start on those stations. The sub and teacher will let you know where you can find that. Hope to see you guys soon.